welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Wake Up Wednesday. So I'm back with another one, which actually is the 4th episode from the 4-part series of the 4 Ps. As you can see, I'm not wearing any makeup right now. That's because your girl's been crying and it ruins my makeup after I'd spent my time doing my makeup so that I could film. And yeah, it's just gone now, but at this point I really do not care. Maybe further on down the line I will explain why. Just some stuff is going on right now, guys. That's a lot, but that was another reminder as to why the video that I'm making today is so important. These messages that I speak to you guys, I know I come here happy and joyful, and then obviously when I get into it, you know, sometimes I get really serious, but this is serious, guys. Especially this series and this particular video that I have been holding out for the past couple of weeks. This is serious. And obviously if you've been following the series, I did a 4-part series called the 4 Ps, where I was basically taking the story of Ruth from the Bible and breaking down some of the main Ps, and I did say that, you know, it will all make sense when we get to the final P. So obviously if you've been following for a while, which if you haven't, please go check out the videos first, watch the past 3 videos now, and then come and watch this, because then it will make sense. The first P we were talking about positioning, the second P we were talking about patience, and then the third P we were talking about preparation. Now today's P is the most important P out of them all, which is purpose. Guys, purpose is one of those things where so many of us go through life searching for our purpose. We want to know, what are we here for? Why are we here functioning? A table has been made and created for a purpose, in order for us to put stuff on top of it, or in order for us to put our drink on top of it, or for us to do whatever. You know, a washing machine has been created for a purpose, in order for us to put our clothes in it and make our clothes clean. Every single thing on this planet, I truly do believe, has a purpose. Otherwise it would not have been created. There is something out there that someone needs, or that solves some sort of issue for somebody else, and that is exactly the same for us. Every single one of us has a purpose. And if you've been watching over the last couple of weeks, you will know that when I first started out telling the story of Ruth, which by the way, every week I've been saying to you guys, I'm not gonna break down the whole story to you guys. Please do in your own time, just sit down and read the story, because I learned so much. I've read the book of Ruth before, but it's when you read it again, and then I'll probably read it again in a few years and God will give me more revelations. But I read it again and I just got revelation after revelation after revelation, essentially just so that you can have a bit of a thread, right? So positioning was all about the fact that Ruth left where they were with her mother-in-law Naomi, and they traveled to Bethlehem. They had to reposition. They had to move into a new place, into a new paradigm, into a new space, a new arena, in order for God to do what he needed to do. Then the second week was all about patience. The fact that even as they moved, Ruth didn't just go and do nothing. She was patient in her process. She was patient in where she was, but she was also working. So it was just a reminder not to be idle in your place of waiting. Yes, God tells us a lot of the time to wait. Just like there's a verse in the Bible that says, be still and know that I am God. But be still doesn't mean do nothing. Be still means have peace in knowing that I'm in control. Be still means have peace in knowing that I am leading you where you need to go, even though you don't have the blueprint. Be still means, listen, stop running around like a headless chicken. Stop, wait, think, and then act accordingly. Be still does not mean be idle, be lazy, just sit there waiting for something to drop out of heaven. Be still just means know and trust and have peace in God. So one thing that I was explaining about patience was that we don't have to be idle in our places of waiting. In fact, we should be working. We should be plowing the field, and that went straight into a place of preparation. That all of the things that we were doing in our place of patience should be preparing us. We should have been prepared before the opportunity comes. And preparation was even more emphasized when it was finally coming up to that point where Ruth was about to connect with her purpose in that season. And that was for her to connect with Boaz, who would essentially marry her and would essentially bring their family out of shame and out of poverty, basically. Before that could happen, Naomi told her strategically, wash yourself, put on perfume, put on your best clothes, and go and sleep at the feet of Boaz. She didn't just tell her, just go as you are, just go in your everyday clothes, just go as you are right now. No, she told her wash. And I truly do believe that that washing aspect is not just a reflection of the physical, of the outside space. It's also a reflection of what we should be doing in our inside, cleansing ourselves of certain things that we have been carrying on ourselves for so long. Wash. Then she said, put on perfume, make yourself smell nice. Let people be attracted to you. Be a reflection of God's glory and his love and his power. And then she said, put on your best clothes. Put on the best clothes. Put on what you know reminds you of the authority that you stand in. That reminds you of who you are called to be. Put on your best clothes. And then now we'll come into a place where towards the end of the story, it's really crazy, but when you read the story you will understand. But essentially Boaz tried to marry Ruth off to one of his cousins or something, and his cousins weren't having it. They were just like, nah, that ain't for me. And then he says, all right, I'm gonna marry her. And Ruth becomes this wealthy, influential woman because she finally was able to connect with her purpose. Guys, purpose is what all of these different stages have been all about. You can have all of these different stages, but if you do not have purpose, there is absolutely no point. Now let me be very, very clear. Purpose does not necessarily mean that you know exactly what is to come and you know exactly how your life is going to plan out and you know exactly what's going to happen and you know exactly how every single thing is going to go. That is not purpose. The only person that knows exactly what is to happen and that is to come and how you're going to get out of a certain situation and how you're going to move on to the next realm and how you're going to step into that new place is God. But our purpose should drive us, knowing that each and every one of us has a purpose, even if we are not 100% sure right here, right now, what that purpose is. Just the fact that we are alive, just the fact that we are breathing, just the fact that we are here, just the fact that we are on this earth, the fact that your heart is beating, it shows that there is a purpose for you. Don't let the enemy lie to you, because the enemy has been doing that and he is out here killing people off. He is devouring people before our very own eyes because they feel like they do not have a purpose on this planet. But let me tell you here, right now, that there is a purpose for your life. There is a purpose for each and every one of us. I do not care what your parents said. I do not care what them bullies in school said. I do not care what the enemy has said. I don't care what is going on in your head where you've got yourself wrapped up in this lie, in this dark place that's telling you you don't deserve to be here. You don't have a purpose. You don't have a reason to be on this planet. Nobody will miss you. Nobody loves you. It is a lie. If there is one person that's going to say it to you right here, right now, let it be me. Let me be the only person that says it to you, that you are loved, that you are cared about, that your Father in heaven loves you, that he cares for you, that he put you on this planet for a reason. If there was no reason for you, you would not have existed in the first place. If there was no purpose for you, if there was nothing that you were meant to do, nothing you were meant to manifest, nothing that you were meant to birth on this very planet, nothing you were meant to deliver, and I say meant on purpose, because it means that regardless of how you came onto this planet, regardless of what you're going through life right now, regardless of what you are experiencing, there is something that is meant to happen because of you. I think about it all the time. I understand why the enemy has to do things like that. I understand why he has to get into our head, because just imagine if for a second, just for a fraction of a second, you actually believed in yourself. Just imagine the power that you would unleash onto this very earth if you actually walked in authority, knowing that you are put on this planet for a reason, knowing that even though you are in the most pitiful of pains, you are in the worst pains right now, you feel like life is beating you up, Just imagine what you would do if you just believed for just a second that irrespective of the things that's happening around you, irrespective of where you were born and the space that you were born in and the pain that you are feeling right now, irrespective of all of that, just imagine what you could achieve. Just imagine what you could do. Just imagine how we could put the enemy to shame if we walked knowing that we walked with purpose. We all are designed for a purpose. Just like at the beginning of this video, I spoke about a washing machine having its purpose, a book having its purpose, a whatever that's been created, manufactured by a human being having a purpose. So you're telling me that you, a human being that was created, molded and manufactured by God, does not have a purpose? It's a lie. Just because you don't know your purpose right now, it does not mean you don't have one. Keep searching. Don't come around here and try and tell me I tried to look for my purpose. I tried to do one thing and it went wrong and it wasn't for me and it wasn't for me. Keep searching for your purpose. Do you not understand that you finding your purpose, you aligning yourself in your purpose could save someone else's life? You standing up and doing what you were called to do could save someone else's life. Let's deep it for 1 minute, because sometimes you guys think this is a joke. You think life is a joke. You think that every single day of your life is a joke. Well, let me tell you this one more time so you can hear it clearly. This is not a joke. People are dying because you refuse to align yourself in your purpose. Because you refuse to continue searching for what you know God has called you for. You know there's a hunger inside of you. You know there's something, there's a hole, there's a gap, there's something missing. Align yourself with what God has for you. Align yourself with God's purpose for you. Align yourself with God, the maker, the one who created you, who told you that he had to make you. He could have killed us a long time ago. He could have wiped out the whole entire planet. He could have killed the earth and sent us all to wherever we needed to go. He could have done that a long time ago, but still the earth is still spinning and God still sees that there's a reason why you have to live. There's a reason why you have to be here. There is a reason why you are living and breathing. And yet you're allowing the enemy to come and lie to you. You're allowing the enemy to come and get into your head and get under your skin and tell you that there is no reason for you to be here. Get out of here. You don't even understand who you are. And I'm telling you right now, it's time for you to start looking within. It's time for you to start focusing on what you need to do in order to draw yourself out of that nonsense place. Because it's a lie. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy. Nobody ever said it was going to be simple. Sometimes getting to that place, getting to your purpose is hard. Sometimes you have to toil, sometimes you have to cry, sometimes you have to go through pain and hardship and struggle. Sometimes you have to question everything before you get to your purpose, but do not give up on finding what it is that God created you to do. Every single one of us is powerful. Why do you think I run all of these power classes? Because you think it's a joke. You think I just run it so that I can just be there and say, yeah, I'm running this masterclass and I'm running this power class, I'm running this and I'm running that and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No. I do it because I'm sick and tired of seeing people, of seeing destinies gone, ruined, vanished, disappearing before our very eyes because they did not align themselves with their power. They did not walk with the confidence and the authority that God himself has given us. In the word it says that God has called us to do more than even what he did. His son Jesus Christ came onto this planet and he did crazy things. He performed miracles. He healed the sick. He healed the blind. He parted the Red Sea. He did so many crazy, insane things. And it says in the word that me and you, yes, me and you as human beings, were called to do even more than that. This is not a joke. This is not a joke, guys. There are people literally dying. And even if they haven't died physically, they're dying inside already. And you might even be one of them. You might be one of them, and if this is the only message that you will listen to, if this is the only thing that you are going to listen to, please, if this is the only video you will ever watch of me ever again, let this be the one. Because I want you to know and I want you to understand that you have a purpose. If you didn't, you would not be here. I don't know, it sounds so simple, but it's like sometimes you need to shout it and scream it and beat it into people for them to be able to understand. You have a purpose, a calling. God is the ultimate creator and the manufacturer of you. He stamped you with his own approval and said, yes, he or she is ready to go out into the world. So how can you think even for a second that you do not have a purpose? Every one of these things that we have been following from week to week to week, from positioning to patience, to preparation. All of them come together so that they can meet purpose. All of them. And that is each and every one of us. We all need to think about where we're positioning ourselves. Maybe you need to walk away from those group of friends because they're dragging you into a place of darkness. Maybe it's time for you to start listening to different things, positioning your mind in a new way, watching new things because everything else that you're watching is not helping you to progress. Maybe it's time for you to be patient in the work that you are conducting, not to be idle but to be patient. Continue to plow, yes, plow. But to remember that there is a reason why you are doing it. So you will continue to plow even when you want to give up, even when you want to stop. Having patience in knowing that something greater and something better and something that God himself has called on the inside of you will come out and manifest into reality. And then it's time for you to prepare, to put on your armor, to prepare to step into your destiny. Last week I said it, act like somebody who knows, who is expectant of great things happening, who is expectant of aligning with their purpose. Act like somebody who knows that there is a reason why they are on this planet. And then step with your grace and your might and your power and your authority and your confidence and your boldness and step into your purpose and do what God has called you to do. Some people don't discover their purpose until they're in their late 50s, in their 60s, in their 70s. Some don't discover their purpose literally on their deathbed. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be you, but I'm saying that we all have a purpose. And whether you believe that it's too late for you, my friend, let me tell you this. I've said it so many times before and I'll say it again. As long as this is going, as long as there is breath in your body, there is still time for you to execute your purpose. This is not a joke. People are dying. And you could be the difference, the one difference between someone being dead or alive. But because you're too in your feelings, you're thinking about yourself so much, you are not even able to see what your purpose is outside of your own desires and your own pleasures. Yeah, I'm coming for your neck today. Align yourself with the purpose that God has given you. Align yourself with what it is that God has called you to do. God has asked you to deliver on this planet. Align yourself with that. Meet your purpose so that others can meet theirs. Don't be selfish. Just don't. Guys, I'm so sorry. This ended up being way longer than it was supposed to. It was supposed to be a very, very short, brief video. But yeah, it just ended up being much, much longer than I had actually anticipated. But that just came from my heart. That's just stuff that I'm just feeling right now. And I feel like sometimes we take life as a joke. Like I know obviously we know that it's not a joke, but sometimes we just don't take it seriously. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but all I'm saying is that the past couple of weeks have all been about this one video. It's been about us aligning with our purpose. And also for us to understand that sometimes it takes time for us to truly fall into our purpose. Sometimes it takes time. Look at Ruth. Ruth went through so much. We've spoken about it over 4 weeks. She went through a process before she truly was aligned with what it was that God wanted her to do. Sometimes it takes time, but we cannot give up on the fact that there is a purpose each and every one of us has to fulfill on this planet. But my question to you is, are you willing to walk that walk? Are you willing to walk in faith, knowing that somewhere down the line, somewhere you are going to connect with your purpose? I thank God that God has already aligned me with my purpose. I believe that my purpose has been called to speak life over people and to help people find that place of power again. I truly do believe that's my purpose, so that's what I'm walking in. My purpose might change later on down the road to something else that God has called me to do, but ultimately I will continue to walk in the purpose that God has called me to walk in that season, in that time. Or maybe this is the purpose that I have for the rest of my life. I really don't know. I don't have all the answers. But all I know is that I'm not going to give up on myself. So please don't give up on yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you guys always. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And I'll be back again next time for another Wake Up Wednesday. Stay beautiful.